Welcome back to day 2 of the classic TT. The sun has basked us for about the last 20 minutes.
Yep, just
It's
come
been
good.
absolutely horrendous. We've had a full day scheduled and it literally went to pot within the first few hours. We'll not go into it, but there is racing coming later on tonight, isn't there?
All right, we've got the lightweight TT Classic race.
So the race that was pushed forward, that got cancelled, then has got pushed back again, and now it's going to happen tonight. Isn't that right, Lee?
You could have just said there's a race happening tonight.
There's a race happening tonight. On top of that, though,
There's a very, very nervous parade lap.
do I look nervous, though?
Please get some outtakes, boys. The
Okay, it's going to be all right.
tensions
Get
are
me
high.
through it.
Do you know what I think this is? I think this is payback for all the times that I've said something horrible to these riders, or thrown them under the bus, or made them feel uncomfortable while I've been interviewing them. And they're just getting it back now.
Plagued me and my brother about doing 120 mile an hour lap
Yeah, I know.
for about 5 years.
I know, but you did it all because of me.
So now you're going to
Today-
do one with his brother.
He gets his comeuppance on you.
Yeah, I know. Anyway, that's happening later. You'll see that shortly. But first up, lightweight race tonight. Prior to that race, you headed over to see your friend Ian Locker, didn't you?
Yeah, probably one of the most experienced two-stroke riders on the island.
Let's check that out.
Lockersan.
Right, we have come down to Laycock Racing to speak to who I would class as the most qualified 250 two-stroke man on the grid right now. We're going to run through how practice has been going so far. We've had a race, or attempt at a race, stuff like that there. But do you want to jump straight back into practice, how the bike's been going, there's been a few, would we say teething difficulties, or the right way of putting it?
Yeah, it's a difficult year this year. We've just had plagued with all sorts of seizures and things with the pistons and stuff. Just through silly little things with fuel starvation one night, and then it sets you back, and then you another problem the next night, and then you're just one step back all the time. So it's difficult, but we managed to get 3 flying laps in, I think, altogether. I did a decent lap yesterday, I think it is. Lost track of the days. Yesterday, and did 115-ish off a line, which is pretty good.
Yeah.
So happy enough with that for an old fella, and who's got a bit more weight and a bit more age than the other guys. So it's all right. We had a bit of a race yesterday, and unfortunately there was a red flag incident, and I ended up stopping at Ramsey, Parliament Square.
Yeah.
So and then wait for the marshals to bring us back then. So it was a bit of a shame, but anyway, that's how it goes.
So just to try and explain to people that are maybe understand, this team, we joked about it off camera, there is a lot of years of experience in both you and the mechanics and everything.
Yeah.
And this explains how difficult it is to run two strokes or 250s on this island. Obviously with the problems, there's weird teething problems and stuff, but obviously the jetting and the difference in temperature has been really good weather this week, so that's probably different from before. You've run these bikes for quite a few years now, but yet these are still problems, not sort of mechanical failures, but little things, gremlins, and possibly throws like the fuel starvation. Will that throw the jetting off and stuff, and then they just go a different direction, or how does all that affect setting the bike up?
It's so difficult, as you know as well. You've ridden them. People think, oh, why don't you just put the setting in you had last year? But things have slightly changed. You've changed the exhaust, should we say, and then that means the calibration is different, or you've changed bits and pieces. So it's so difficult. Then you've got the conditions. So you have gauges up, basically, tells you the humidity, the air pressure and temperature, and one affects the other, and it affects the other, and then you're trying to think how it's going to be. So it's all, there's nothing black or white. You're always in a grey area thinking, we think that's the way forward. So it's really difficult, and even then you need to keep your hand on the clutch just in case it seizes, because when they seize, you've probably got about 0.4 of a second to get the clutch in, whereas back in the day it was worse. You probably had 0.1 of a second, because the oil's probably better these days and the pistons, better quality. But in those days, you'd be biting the screen as soon as you look at the closing the throttle. So you have to be really careful, But Yeah.
So you guys are one of the few teams that have two, I'm going to say, top riders, obviously both on the pace. Do you use that to try different things on the bike, or are you always, because obviously the jetting needs to be, like you said, about the humidity, the air temperature, all them things, but with gearing and things, are you pretty much set with that, or do you just use both bikes to possibly try are the bikes identical for starters? The pipes, everything's the same, cylinders are the same, pistons, so can you try different things, or is that not?
Yeah, you can, but you never get to a point with the amount of spares that are available to get both bikes just exactly the same. There's always one will have this or the other one will have that slightly, because there's not that many spares around, and so you always end up with slightly differences. So nothing's exactly gearing wise. Yes, gearing wise, I think me and Mike Brown are running the same gearing things. Gearbox, everything's the same. Gearbox ratios.
And because you're a similar size, and to a little bike like this, it really affects the gear, and obviously a few kilos here or there makes a bigger difference than on a big bike.
Well, even Mike is only, I don't know, probably 9.5, 10 stone.
Yeah, but he's shorter than us both as well.
That's
so,
right. And certainly lighter than me. So it does alter. But I think we're more or less on the same gearing, so that's not too bad. As opposed to if you had John McGuinness as your teammate, then obviously you need a couple of teeth more on the back. So
so obviously the race got underway. Firstly, how was the bike feeling and stuff like that? How did the race start? And are you making any changes because of that, getting that chance, or are you pretty much ready to go for?
We're actually fitting a slightly higher screen. That's one of the things it was only in the race I thought, oh God, because they haven't done many laps this year, and you're sort of concentrating on keeping going, just thankful to get back and get another lap in. But I noticed that the screen's a bit low, so we put in a slightly higher one, and jetting as well.
Well,
I wasn't 100% happy with it yesterday, but you're stuck with what you've got, and did okay. I was lying third when it got stopped, so it was okay. But your goal is, as you know, around here, it's not just the winning; it's your lap time is the thing you're happy with when you come away from the event. But going back to the experience and that in the team and stuff, like Eddie Laycock, were on the rostrum together in 1990 with Steve Islop.
That's amazing.
It is. So was that 35 years ago.
You still, like, obviously as fans, like I'm a fan of two strokes and stuff, and that you still have that feeling of excitement when you ride the bike, and even you see the enjoyment when you see fans walk past, when you fire these bikes up, they get to hear them, they smell it, all them things. You still have that same feeling now?
Oh yeah, absolutely. It's just even just warming them up, it's just beautiful. They just see the rev counter, the proper needle going, and on the rev counter, it's just lovely. They're just, unless you've ridden the two-stroke, you haven't lived. They're just fantastic things, and bring back the two-strokes. But hey ho, it's not looked on as being that particularly green these days, But anyway, I do get the excitement, and the way they handle, it's like jumping on a new motorcycle. It's just you just don't think they're like almost 30-year-old. They're just fantastic things. 20-year-old, not 30-year-old, 20-year-old.
Well, we look forward to seeing you in the winner's closure, and thank you very much for having a quick chat with us.
Thanks, Lee.
we've got a bit of a story here. John, we're down here with your 1999 RS250, the bike that you won your first TT on, replica obviously, but why are they just putting brakes back on it?
Well, Michael Dunlop's had problems with his brakes all week throughout practice, and so I got the call off him saying, what are you doing with your brakes? So I've just lent him the whole front end of mine, there's the calipers, the brake lines and the Nissan mass cylinder. So, and he's just gone out and won that race. So they just whipped, just in case we didn't have any time, I had his setup on, but which isn't very good. And I wanted my own set back on. So yeah, Michael just won that race, so they've just whipped the whole setup off. Chucking it on mine now, so yeah.
Well, they're hot potatoes, aren't they? They're actually just straight off the bike as he's finished his win and straight back on here. But fair play to you, mate. That's a bit of camaraderie, that is.
Well, to be fair, me and Michael worked on it at the beginning of the week when we got here. We had an afternoon on it, just lifted the cylinders off, checked the clutch, checked all, changed the gearbox oil, and done all the little bits. Because it lives at home, that bike. It lives under the stairs. It's one of my wife's favourites, so it lives under the stairs. And I whipped it out. It had, I think we found an Easter egg in the fairing, because on the Easter egg hunt with the kids, there was an Easter egg in the belly pan. So yeah, I just wanted a little coat to looking at, which we've done it, and it's yeah, she's a lovely little bike to ride. It just brings back awesome memories. And I was just stood up there through the start and finish watching them come through on lap 2. I was well jealous. I wanted to be out there racing.
Well, I was just chatting to Becky and she said, I don't know why John weren't out there riding one of them bikes, so maybe this is a bit of a teaser to it.
Yeah, well, we'll have a run in it. They just don't, the bikes feel the same. I just don't feel the same, but I don't know. I really, I'm not bothered when I go away. Then when I get here, I think I should be riding one. Because that's where I cut my teeth, that's where I learnt my trade on the old two-stroke 250s, and I so enjoyed riding them at the time. It was awesome. So yeah, let's see. Might pick up the phone and ring a few the old sponsors up, and maybe get on the phone to Clive Paget maybe, and we can maybe make one fit my body.
Are you listening, Clive? We've got a rider for you. Enjoy your lap, mate.
Cheers, guys. Thank you.
Rutter and Ian Simpson famously went to duel in the Formula 1 TT in 1998. Ian, you come out the winner. Michael, you were second.
Yeah, it was close. It was too close, wasn't it? It was about, was it 1 point? Or was it something like 1?
I think there was 2 seconds between us in the Formula 1 and 1.5 seconds in the 600 race. And so over the 3 races or something, there was about a second between the pair of us. So I wasn't much in it.
There was a bit of a story about you lost a contact lens or something like that during the race. Is that right?
Yeah, I've got loads more excuses now. Yeah, I did. Unfortunately, I was like blind as a bat, and I used to lose them all the time. And I think one fell out, then I blinked, and then the other one fell out, and I lost both of them. Then they came back in, but yeah, it was one of those Isle of Man TTing. There's always something goes wrong, it's never perfect.
And what does it mean to you to ride this bike again straight down Glencrutchery Road?
Oh, it's great fun. There's nowhere better to have fun than the Isle of Man on a bike. So I think it's even more fun doing a parade than racing, because you know yourself the pressure of racing and the stress you put yourself under. So just to go and ride round when you don't have to go quick is just the best feeling ever, I think. I used to enjoy practice more than a race. I think, in a practice and a bike that handled nice was more fun than a race, because you didn't have to worry about pit boards, or you weren't maybe trying so hard, so it was more fun practice than a race, I think.
Well, I'm like 12-year-old again watching you two come through down at the bottom of a garage, with my sandwiches in Edgebottom. I can't wait to see it, so enjoy your lap, lads.
Thank you.
Cheers, Tom.
Here with Trevor Nation riding this beautiful JPS Norton. How's that feel to be first away on the road?
Well, yeah, look, it's a dream really to have another lap round here again, so thanks to Wiz Norton and Andy and all, we've got a bike to go on, and yeah, looking forward to it really very much.
Well, enjoy your ride, mate, and see you when you get back.
Awesome, thank you, cheers.
Brian, how are we doing? Not a bad day for this job, is it? You won on this bike in 1992, a replica of it, obviously, but how's the nerves and how's the feeling setting off down Bray Hill?
Yeah, just feel like I'm back racing again. Nervous, nerve-wracking, but can't wait to get going.
So, are you chasing him down?
We'll wait and see.
Enjoy your ride, mate. then, Chris Pritchard. What are you up to?
I'm taking your job and you're taking my job.
The hunter has become the prey. 120 lap.
You know what, I want to say to any rider that I've ever interviewed on this start line, I am so sorry. So sorry. Milky's pulling me to the line.
Enjoy it, mate. Well, you didn't mess about, did you?
Oh, I loved that. Great fun. Just following Michael, caught Michael Rutter up there and we're just passing each other, and it was just like going back 25 years, just the exact same style. He's got, he's never changed at all, and brilliant, loved that. You forget how much fun it is, forget how difficult it is as well, because I come and watch the TT every year, and you're watching it good spots and you're seeing people offline a wee bit, you think, what's he doing? You see somebody else getting it perfect, and then when you try to do it yourself and think, if I was watching that, I'd go, shit, miles offline. But good fun that.
Well, you're still dead busy with track day stuff and still keep your hand in, don't you? So that must have helped.
I help do track days with James Whittam quite a lot, so I enjoy it, get a good laugh with James doing that and playing about in bikes and stuff, so I enjoy that.
Great to see you out there, mate.
Cheers, thanks Tom.
Now then, Brian Reid, what did you reckon to that?
First half was good, second half not so good. It sort of went off a cylinder and had to nurse it back home again, but just great to get a lap again,
What was that feeling like back on the start line?
As I said, it's just like back racing again, and couldn't wait to get going. And it's just, loving it.
Brilliant. Well, we all love seeing you set off, and great to see you back.
All right, thank you very much. Cheers.
Ian Duffus, let's go back to 1995 when you won the Junior TT on this bike. I mean, setting off there, big grin on your face. How was that? Did you enjoy the ride?
Yeah, I mean, it's really great to get back on this bike. I always loved this bike and I've always had a place in my heart for it. And it was one of those bikes you could ride it absolutely as hard as it could go. It handled great, it did everything you wanted it to do, it jumped nice, what it's like around here. So I always loved this bike, so it was great getting out there and just enjoying it.
Have you got one eye on the Classic TT for next year now then?
No, I'm retired for racing. Yeah, I hung my boots up a few years ago, but I'm doing the trial at the weekend, the Classic trial.
A bit more sedate than a lap round TT.
Yeah, more slow than that sort of stuff, but thoroughly enjoyed it. It was great. The guys have made a great job with the bike, and you know what? It still looks an amazing bike in the colours, doesn't it? Amazing.
Brilliant. Thanks a lot, mate.
I didn't do much waving because I was hanging on for grim death, but anyway, I waved a few times. Thanks very much.
Good on you. Lads, a new lap record, 1:21.8.
Yes! I knew it! That was absolutely brilliant.
Well done, mate. Hats off to you. That took some doing, pal. Brilliant job.
I absolutely loved that. It was so good.
He needs to sit down and have a little cry, so we'll leave him to it. Well done, Christoph.
Thanks, mate.
Now then, mate. Is he your 15th TT winner?
No. No, but what? Fair play to him, I know, and what a machine that we did it on, but laid down for that length of time, over that many bumps, he was squealing like a pig.
Fair play to the bloke, you know, that took some doing, and he was nerved up before, and the lads have been winding him up all day, and he's had to take it, but he did it, didn't he?
He sure did, and I think at some point someone in the office printed him a will form off, he had to write a will out, but yeah, a couple of toilet stops and got him going. He went quiet for a bit, and then he relaxed and we started having a bit of crack, so brilliant.
There's a funny smell coming from him. I don't know if something's come out at some point, but you know, if he's borrowed them leathers, we'll have to pick up the cleaning bill.
Yeah, we can sort that out. We'll jet wash him off later.
Nice one, mate.
Thank you.
Chris Pritchard, sidecar passenger. Mate, you've just completed a lap, the most iconic bit of tarmac in the world, and you know, not many people would have done what you've done, stood up to this challenge. Fair play. What do you reckon?
Thank you, mate. Firstly, thank you to Ben for letting me do it, because I just said to Chris Kinley, he could have picked anyone to do it, and anyone could have done it, but to allow me to do it, and he was the only one that gave me confidence all day. Everybody else was just having a few little jives.
No, we weren't.
You were. Well, to be fair, you weren't so much, but everybody else was. So my nerves just went through the roof. But literally, the moment we set off, I knew I was in safe hands, and I felt as comfortable as you can on one of these things, and it was an absolute blast. It's by far the best experience of my life, like genuinely. And I was just going around thinking of like you, riders who are competing for a race win, or even just finishing a TT. Like, oh my God! I mean, my level of respect for everybody is always high, but it's another level.
But this is genuine. You know what I mean? I can see it. You actually mean it, and that's what completing a lap round this course gives you. It gives you that absolute thrill, and that I've done it.
I can see why people come, and like going down the Craig, you know, you get the famous, the sight of people waving, and you think if you were going down there, ready to win your first CT, it just must be just. No wonder people come back and do it time and again, and people find it so hard to just go, I'm done, because if it was light now and he said, do you want to go again, I'd be in that thing in a heartbeat.
We just had a look at a bit of footage as well. You were actually having a go. You weren't just laid there. You meant it.
Once I got comfortable, after, I don't know where it was, probably after Ballygarry.
You don't know where you are.
I do. Ballygarry, fast right-hander. I just started to start moving around a little bit and getting a little bit comfortable with it, and I didn't realise how far I could go back. And once I realised that, and Ben kept saying, don't hold on tight, just hold it within your kind of grip, but don't grip it. And once I realised that, I loved it. I loved it. I bloody loved it. I love Ben Birchall.
Good lad.
Thank you, mate.